You guys asked us to take the most off-road capable pickup and the most off-road capable trailer together up the Ike, and we are delivering.
Yes, but we're doing more than that because we have the all-new Chevy Silverado ZR2, the most capable Chevrolet off-road truck from the factory, versus the Ram TRX.
That's right, and in this video, we're going to take them both up the Ike.
The world's toughest towing test.
You know what I love about this?
This supercharged engine.
Well, yeah, but also that the match of this TRX and that trailer just makes sense. They're both beefy, chunky, gigantic things.
Yeah, they're overpriced, but they really are overbuilt too, right? I mean, that's the thing, is that they're full on extreme. I get that feeling that you're never going to use either one of them to their full capacity.
Well, we're in the world's toughest towing test, so let's see. I mean, if this experience is nice, it'll be nice anywhere, right?
Well, that's a good point. We've done the Ike with this vehicle several times. Several times.
Yeah, but this might be the hardest yet. Why? Well, first of all, this trailer technically weighs just over 7,000 pounds, right?
That's pretty heavy.
But it's acting heavier because it does have big tires, really, and it's really tall too.
On top of all that, you know, it's funny because it's a 19-foot trailer. There's your first brake application.
Yep.
Yet it's what, 23 feet long?
Well, technically HQ19, right? Black Series. It's 19 feet on the floor, but 25 feet overall.
25 feet, there it is, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're counting brake applications as always, and I'm in tow haul mode. So basically, we want to let the truck kind of control us, and see how it behaves.
The Ram TRX really, for this video, is the benchmark. We've owned this long-term truck for about 1.5 years, and it's done everything well, but this is its toughest test with a heavy trailer, and we're gonna compare the Silverado to it, both of them V8 trucks, right, Nathan?
Right.
Hey guys, it's Andre here from TFL to talk about protecting your truck from mud, dirt, bugs, and more with Avalon King's Armor Shield 9 ceramic coating. This do-it-yourself kit will polish to a brilliant shine and protect your truck's paint, glass, plastics, and wheels for up to 5 years. The first 2 years are guaranteed. Last month, I tested Avalon King's Armor Shield 9 myself by applying it to half of our brand new Silverado ZR2 truck to see just how well its hydrophobic nanotechnology works. I then drove it over 700 miles, went through dirt in Moab, Utah, drove it through Rocky Mountain snow, and buried it in Colorado mud. Later, at the car wash, the dirt and grit dropped off with ease. Nothing would stick to the coated side of the truck, not even bug splatters. Simply put, Avalon King is like wax on steroids. Protect your truck or vehicle from life's insults with Avalon King's Armor Shield 9. Click on the link below and order your kit today. And make sure to use the order code FASTLANE25 when you do, because you will receive $25 off your order. Your truck will thank you. So I only touched the brake once.
Wow.
This is actually pretty impressive. It's controlling pretty well.
You haven't had to accelerate or decelerate at all. We've been just sitting right there.
And we've gone a couple miles already.
Actually, I'm kind of impressed. What's the maximum capability of this truck?
8,100 pounds.
8,100. So between and what's its payload?
What? We're just over 1,300 pounds.
1,300 pounds.
As you guys know, we usually use Gen Y hitches. They're height adjustable, very heavy duty, but this trailer actually has a unique coupler. It's called a Polyblock, which is a 3-dimensional gimbal, and it's meant to actually handle off-road situations in a very, very good way. So we're using a slightly different hitch. It's also height adjustable, but the Ram TRX here is a little bit taller at the hitch than the Chevy, so we may have to adjust it. So let's measure the squat and see how much suspension compression we have. We always measure squat in the suspension because it's a sign exactly of how level you are, because you want to be as level as possible, right, Nathan?
Right.
And in this case, I measured both sides. It's about 38.5 loaded, and it was 41.5 unloaded, so about 3 inches of squat, which is quite a lot actually.
It is, but you have an off-road suspension, bro.
So Nathan, check it out. We still have some space between the bump stop and the bottom of the suspension travel. So yeah, not too bad.
Hey, looks like somebody actually did.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And he got pulled down. That's interesting.
That's expensive.
We're not using the runaway truck ramps.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is that with this truck, currently, it's towing remarkably well with this trailer. In fact, I would say this is almost the ideal situation for this truck.
This TRX has over 12,000 miles on it, and the supercharged Hellcat 6.2 liter V8 is still purring like a lion. 702 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic transmission, and a pretty beefy rear axle to handle all this power. I don't think the power is going to be an issue here, but how will it go down the mountain, we'll have to see.
We're at the end of the downhill, and
one brake application.
This is like a diesel heavy-duty truck.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yes.
It's behaving like a diesel.
That's unreal. And diesels have exhaust brakes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I honestly did not perform this well the last time we did the Ike with it. Did it?
Yeah, it just likes this trailer.
I mean, I'm sure the gas mileage isn't going to be great though.
Okay, well now it's key. That's what we need to find out. Let's go up the mountain.
That's going to be good stuff.
So as always, the uphill on the world's toughest towing test, the Gauntlet, is we start at 35 miles an hour because that's the speed limit on the on-ramp. I reset the trip meter because we're also going to tell you the fuel efficiency. You're going to get the timer going.
Yep. Okay, so just tell me when to start them.
Okay.
There you go.
3, 2, 1, go!
It doesn't take long, does it? And we are at
60. Dude, that was like just several seconds.
We weren't even all the way on the highway.
No. And I think I used like
3 gallons.
3 gallons of fuel just there. So, obviously, like we were saying before, these are off-road trucks.
Oh yeah.
We want to put them to work, and that's exactly what we're doing. And because they're off-road trucks, they have fancy suspensions. You have Bilstein shocks here, E2 Blackhawks, they're adjustable. I'm in tow haul mode, and when you switch this truck in tow haul mode, it kind of changes the behavior of the shock. It becomes a little bit more stiff, at least in the rear, because it wants to support you, right?
Right. Not as much sag, and it wants to make sure that your trailer is stable.
Yeah, and it's been solidly stable. Oh my gosh, there's so many potholes. And also the ride is kind of comfy, isn't it?
This truck is always ridden really well.
Here's where you could set your trailer information in the RAM. And right here, I named it, well, not very creatively, Trailer 1. And you could, of course, also monitor trailer tire pressures if you have the sensors. But here you can also modify your brakes, for example, heavy electric, because this trailer is a little bit heavier. So this is the setting I will be using right here.
All right, so we're coming close to the end. This has been so easy, dude. Controllable. I'll tell you when, okay?
Yeah, please do.
No.
751.70.
So that's benchmark time. I mean, 8 minutes is perfect.
Yeah.
This accelerated so quickly.
That's why we were able to go under 8 minutes, is because it was able. And other trucks have done that as well.
Yes.
But that's a really good example of just something. Now, how was the fuel mileage?
4.7 still, and that's the odd part, right? It was 4.7, like I said,
right?
And it is 4.7, and of course we only measure uphill fuel efficiency.
Yeah.
Towing trailers, you might see something like 8 or 9 or 10 with a camper like this, and unladen, this truck gets about 13, 14 on a good day.
It depends on who's driving.
Yes. So now for the main event, actually, which is the new ZR2, which is an all-new truck.
Yeah.
We've never ran here, so let's go to the ZR2.
That's going to be interesting.
Nathan, I measured, and the ZR2 hitch right here is about 2 inches lower than on TRX, which kind of means the ZR2 may have a little bit less departure angle as well.
Well, that makes sense considering the two different trucks, but so what you're doing here is you're taking this big bolt off, you're going to swap this, right?
Yeah, I want to turn the hitch up so it's height adjustable. And you know, the other thing that makes sense is the TRX has a 35-inch tall tire, right? And a little bit more ground clearance than the ZR2. ZR2 is riding on 33s. So let's flip this upside down and hopefully get a more level setup. Nice, take a look at this. The ZR2, even with the trailer, still have quite a bit of space between the bump stop and the axle. Are you ready for this surprise? Measuring squat on the ZR2 right here, loaded. It averages out to about 39. I measured both sides, of course, and it was 41. So 2 inches of squat versus 3 inches in TRX. So this is actually a little bit more level.
Dude, the prime event, the ZR2 Downhill on the Ike.
Downhill in the ZR2. And already, I gotta say, this vehicle's been very stable.
Same procedure, right? Leaving the tunnel at about 50 miles an hour at 61. I'm gonna apply my brakes for the first time. Oh, look at this. It says vehicle trailer may be over gross combined weight rating.
Which we know it's not.
Yeah, I'll show you my weight slip when we stop at the bottom.
So there may be a reason behind that.
Yeah, so it's basically an algorithm, like we said, where after a couple of accelerations, the truck tries to determine how much energy it takes to move it. And this trailer is about 7,000 pounds, like we said. The truck is about 5,700 pounds plus us. So we still have a big margin, but it's just warning us about it. I have to hit it for the second time, dude.
Okay, 2 brake applications. Now this is entirely normal for most
half tons.
Right,
yeah.
most half tons, exactly.
So look at my RPM. It's near about 2,700 RPM. It's nowhere near where the TRX was.
Yeah, very, very different gearing.
And we are in tow-haul mode. Every mode is correct. So it's just not very aggressive.
This is a completely different philosophy of pickup truck. In terms of a half-ton truck, this is the most off-road capable one that Chevrolet makes. As a matter of fact, it's sort of in its own little place because it has features that no other truck in its class has. But nobody's taken a trailer like this up the Ike using this. Not until today.
So in this new ZR2, the system is all new.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yes. So first of all, let's define this trailer. So conventional trailer, it gives me a little bit of a walkthrough. Is it a boat? Is it a camper? It's a travel trailer. And then it also has options for additional cameras. We don't have them set up right now. You have
tires,
tire pressure monitor if you do have additional sensors, which we don't have set up right now, but you could. So that's pretty easy, dude. And it remembers also your mileage and your fuel economy for this trailer, which is awesome.
So whenever you plug in this trailer and tell it this trailer's coming in, it already knows generally how much it weighs and what type of fuel economy you're going to get immediately with it.
Yeah, and also keeps your mileage. So if you want to change your tires on your trailer, you have to remember, it will remember that for you. I set my gain, it will remember that too. Let's start with 7 and see how that goes.
Sounds good.
Do you want to see a trick that this truck can do?
Sure.
Hey Google, how much fuel do I have?
Your gas tank is at 76% capacity, so you can drive for about 231 miles.
How do you like them apples?
So she's basing that on what our current MPG is.
Yeah, and she's basing it, obviously, it has Google Assistant in this truck. Actually, unfortunately, only 1 month is free, and then it's a subscription. It's about $15 a month. But look, the RPM is a little bit higher, so I think it's becoming a little bit more aggressive. It's thinking it needs to help me.
So does it change based on what your current driving habits are when it understands that, hey, I'm going downhill?
I've asked for several breaks already.
Okay.
So I think it's adjusting itself.
That's interesting. I didn't know it did that. What you got here, guys, is a 6.2 liter V8. We love this powertrain. Puts out 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, this powertrain we know isn't necessarily economical when it's compared to smaller powertrains. However, when you're comparing it to a massive supercharged Hemi, I have a feeling that it might be a little bit more frugal.
it's controlling at 60, dude.
All right.
Okay, so that's
pretty much
basically
does
it.
So 5 brake applications down this hill. Although not as good as the Ram, still well better than the average.
Yeah, so good performance.
Yeah.
And let's see how it behaves on the way up. It doesn't have the supercharger, of course, but does it need it, and what the efficiency will be?
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Nathan, I wasn't lying. I know you weren't thinking that.
I wasn't thinking that.
But I went to the scales this morning early, and with me in the truck next to it, right there, the total gross vehicle weight with the truck and trailer is 12,960, and the gross combined weight rating on this ZR2 is close to 15,000. So we have about 2,000 pounds left over. But it is telling us we may be overweight, so I think it thinks the trailer is a little bit heavier than what it is.
Yeah, once again, it might have to do with the tires and just the weight and in general, the drag. But there's more. I love that. So Hyundai has that where it's integrated inside the dash, but this has it actually, or sorry, in the IP, this has it here, and it's embedded in the mirrors, so you can actually see way down the side of the trailer in the truck, which is really cool.
Yeah, with the blinker on, and if you don't like it, just cancel
Turn it off. Right?
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's cool.
So it's ZR2's turn to climb this big mountain, 11,158 feet above sea level.
Okay, you tell me when to start.
Okay, I'm gonna try to accelerate the same way at about what, 35 miles? Yes.
Ish.
I'll tell you when, okay?
Uh-huh.
And now.
Okay, there we go. We're rolling. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not like the Ram, but that's no surprise.
I think Ram was already at 60 here.
Oh yeah, easily.
It's not bad.
No. And it was smooth
There.
too. I didn't feel any gear shifts.
No, the transmission, the 10-speed is
Super
nice.
smooth.
No, but this ZR2 is special. It has a front end that's meant for climbing over rocks.
One of my favorites, by the way.
Exactly.
I love that
but it has to work like a truck still.
Yes.
And it does. It has a little bit more payload.
Yes.
Approximately almost 1,400 pounds, so a
Yes.
little bit more than the TRX. And it's rated to tow more. 8,900 pounds in the ZR2 versus 8,100 pounds in the TRX. We purchased this, and this is almost no option on the ZR2.
It's on the bottom line of
the ZR2 scale. This is $67,000, about $200 sticker price. The TRX, when we purchased that one, with just a couple of options, not a lot, that was 77.
Yeah.
And still now, TRXs, even used ones, are going up in price too.
Oh my God! So some of the prices are ridiculous, nearly double in some cases. It's absolutely obscene. But regardless of that, this truck sort of represents the middle ground. And unfortunately, there is no bare bones version of this that's a $50,000 truck. It doesn't exist. If you want the less expensive version of this, you'd have to go down in size to the Colorado.
So the difference in driving TRX versus this up this mountain with a trailer is that I felt like I always I didn't have to like really use a lot of accelerator in the TRX. It was always ready. It has a lot more torque.
Oh yeah.
In this one, I sometimes have to push through it a little bit more and get it to downshift. So that's the only difference. Okay.
Made it up the hill with no problem. We're doing really good on time. Tell me when to stop.
I will do that, and I'll tell you the fuel efficiency, okay?
Okay. Almost there.
We're gonna stop the clock now.
7:58.86.
Almost, also a benchmark time.
Benchmark is 8 minutes. So
Yes.
the fact is, it's one under it, and also Andre had a lead foot going up the hill today.
Oopsie.
Yeah, he did. That's all right.
4.2, guys, still.
So what was the Ram?
4.7. So I would call them comparable, but we expected the vice versa, didn't we?
We did indeed. Actually, I was expecting this to be more efficient going up the hill. But maybe that just, that's a funny thing, actually.
Well, remember how it never changed on the 4.7 in the
Yeah,
TRX?
that's true.
So maybe that estimation of the TRX is not quite as precise as what's in here.
Which we just don't know for sure, honestly. But nonetheless, according to the trucks, the Ram was more efficient going up the hill. Does this require a premium, by the way?
Strongly recommended. The TRX basically requires it.
And this, and once again,
this really likes it.
And this is running premium right now. We should say too.
We're running premium in both trucks. Okay. Absolutely.
All right, just making sure. Now you guys know.
Nathan, what is your final verdict?
There's a lot about this ZR2 I like, and I want to like it more, but I can't. And the problem is, I'm still uncomfortable sitting in those seats, and it wasn't as efficient as I was hoping it would be compared to this.
So the TRX is a really high bar.
Yeah.
It surprised us, right, on this mountain.
Downhill, one brake application, are you kidding me?
Yes. The ZR2, though, was just good.
It was really good.
It may not have been as great as the TRX was today, but I would say if you have a ZR2, you can tow a trailer like this, no problem.
I would agree. I really like everything about it except for those seats, $67,000.
So Nathan, if you want a softer seat, go for the GMC AT4X, and that's another video.
Indeed it is. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
See ya.